Hello. So normally my channel is full of quilts that I've painted, furs that I've tanned, country girl stuff like that. But last night I opened up Ryan Upchurch's latest video and I immediately wanted to cry. And then I immediately wanted to make a video as just a way to reach out and say, dude, I'm so sorry. This shouldn't have happened to you. But as somebody that has their master's in psychology and was an ex-parole officer and an ex-counselor, I want to give you some insight as to what I did. You isolate yourself because of the fame and because you don't feel that you can trust people. I get that. I completely get that. Understand completely. You're a good old boy from Tennessee and we're leery of strangers on a good day, and then you get any kind of name or fame built and it seems like people just want to abuse you. So I get it. I understand why you isolate. It's not healthy. Why is it not healthy? Because when you isolate, you make yourself open prey for those people that know how to take advantage of that personality type. So the people that know and can identify that you're longing for that contact, they can really play you like a fiddle. From the moment, and I didn't know your whole backstory because I've just come in the last few years as a fan. I have a neuromuscular disorder. On the nights that I hurt, I watch your videos. They make me laugh. I listen to the music. It takes me to another place. I appreciate you on so many levels. That being said, I don't know the whole backstory of your previous relationship. I know that she seemed very submissive. I did watch the speed bump of the Katie Noel transition and I immediately saw red flags because the first thing she did was call out your fans, try to create animosity and jealousy in your fan base. She tried to disturb the very solid waters that are your fans. And she tried to create a break in the bond that you have with your fan base. It was either you were going to protect her or you were going to protect your fans. Somebody that respects you or respects what you do for a living, they know that that is not a choice. That who you are as a public figure is not who you are as, you know, the private person in that relationship. So there is no reason to ask for that choice to be made. But why did she do that? Every video I've seen of her, bless her heart, she's very aggressive. She's very, look at what I have, look at what I did, look at what I know I can do, and if you don't believe me, I'll F you up. And she wants to say, I'm grown. I'm a grown woman. I pay for this. I pay for that. She's very driven by these milestones of she can measure it through financial gain or physical prowess or having physical things. And you are kind of the opposite. But the first thing she did in the relationship was literally ask you to choose a side. Then she started asking you to make changes that really go down to the core of who you are. I noticed that you became quiet. You were allowing her to be the mouthpiece, and you were sitting back and supporting whatever she was saying. Which, you know, it's not bad to have a man sit back and let a woman speak every once in a while. But when the woman is basically, defaming the supporters that have gotten you, to where you are, I know that's not what you do, so that bothered me. And to see you give that power up concerned me. And I could see that you wanted this relationship to work, and I could see that you wanted to commit, and you wanted to be 100%, and that you wanted to please her. But when we turn into people pleasers, we turn into targets. So the first thing she did was on December 1st, she made that video at the gas station where she sat there for like 10 minutes in a pump, and I've been like, honey, move your butt. That's rude. Anyway, within just a few days, y'all were bragging about an intimate physical relationship. Not to say the cart got before the horse, but one of them got to the bottom of the hill quicker than the other. Y'all's decision, y'all are both grown. However, without setting down the foundation, especially with that age gap y'all have, and putting out, these are my expectations upon you, This is the life that I have concreted, the foundation I have made. These things will not change. These things are flexible. How are we going to compromise and build a future together? Without having those long conversations, her big bad personality just kind of came in and rolled you. And because you are a very kind-natured and emotional soul, it was easy for her to do that. Do I think she knows what she's doing? Oh, she may be so young still that she doesn't understand the game she's playing. I will say that the thing that irritates me the most is the alleged occurrence. Dude, you know, we can hold a lot of people accountable for a lot of crap, but when you're unconscious, you're unfreaking conscious. And if you're going to call somebody out for something, then you wake them up and you address that, and you allow them to speak, or you allow them to correct or apologize for behavior. You don't walk away, because all she did was try to take any power that you may have had to stand up for yourself. She just wanted to take that away from you. She's not seeking any kind of resolution. She just wanted the power. So that concerned me greatly. She seems very angry, agitated, and you either agree with her or you don't exist. And, you know, that's, if I could say one thing to her, I would say, if you go into every relationship trying to be the alpha, you're going to put a lot of stress on yourself that at the age you're at, you're not able to handle. And if you're going to seek relationships with older men, you're going to have to understand men that have been in long-term relationships have different expectations of their female counterparts. These are healthy conversations you need to have before getting intimate. But at the end of the day, I'm going to call it like I see it. She did not respect you. She did not think for 5 seconds about the ramifications that she was going to create for you to have to deal with. I think she just wanted the power. She needed an out. And the way she normally gets out of things is to hurt people. And then she uses that tough facade, and people won't challenge the hurt that she's caused. That is ego. That is not anybody that is ready for a relationship. And yeah, I know you have an ego too, but you have an ego that is very aware. You know when to shut it off. You know when to switch channels. You know when you're speaking to your fans. You know when you're speaking to someone who's disrespecting you. You don't have that animus toward everyone, and that's what I saw from her. So I think you got played. I think you got rolled, and you know you have to own some of that. You went very quickly into a new relationship, but at the same time, I think that she knew what she was doing, and I think this is something that she's done before and something that she's going to continue to do. And, you know, I don't think that you need to wear the badge of dishonor in this relationship. I would ask her to think about the harm she does to others. Think about the projections that she makes on women. Think about, you know, how this is going to play out for girls younger than her. That are learning from her behavior and her example. You have to be very careful when you're in the spotlight how you project yourself, and the role modeling that you provide for younger women. I've been married 17 years. I was married for 6 years before that. Had a divorce. I raised 2 kids. My second husband adopted him. 17 years of marriage. If my husband did not reach out in the bed to find me every night and seek me unconsciously for comfort and security throughout the night, I would be upset. I treasure that because it tells me that even when he is unconscious, he is thinking of me. He is so paired and so in tune with me that even when he is not in control, he seeks out to know that I'm there and I'm safe. That's precious to me. Don't let anybody take away those precious things. Don't let them soil them. Walk away Wait for the right person. Wait for somebody that's not ego-driven. Drop your ego at the door. You know, sometimes you have one. But don't let this ruin you, because you are a decent and kind person. So I really appreciate all you do. You really take my mind away from a lot of the physical pain and discomfort that I have when I'm dealing with my neuromuscular disorder. So I appreciate you in a lot of ways. And it hurt me to see you hurt. You feel so deeply, and part of that is because I know you've talked openly about your ADHD. You feel so deeply, because emotions are such vibrant things for you. Your mind processes them differently, and your body feels them differently because you're wired a little different. And that's great, because when you find that person that's meant for you, that love and that commitment and that bond is going to be so much greater than anything that you felt so far. You're still very young, so don't get too upset about this. Learn the lessons. Write down the red flags so that when you see them the next time, you'll run away from them. And you just know that the people that have watched you grow up know that this is not something that we believe possible. So I hope things get better, but it hurt me to see you hurt. And I hope that this is resolved without any more pain on anybody's part. It's bad. It's bad for both y'all. I feel bad for both of y'all, but at the same time, I think you probably were the victim here.